Coming up on the Hong Kong Racing Show, 8-time champion jockey Zac Purton joins us ahead of Ka Ying Rising's record-equaling assignment in the Centenary Sprint Cup.
He's instilled so much confidence in me, and I get a really calm feeling when I get on him.
Lyle Hewitson lands his first Hong Kong Group win. Plus, we look ahead to this weekend's card at Sha Tin. It's all coming up on the Hong Kong Racing Show. You're watching the Hong Kong Racing Show. Andrew Brown and Alex Evers with you to look at all things Hong Kong racing viewed through a North American lens. How are things, Alex?
Things are very well, Brownie. I hope you're doing well. Excited to talk about some Hong Kong racing this week as we get closer to Romantic Warrior v Voyage Bubble and the Classic Series in the coming weeks.
I know, and we've got the perfect guest too, don't we, with Zac Purton joining us in just a few minutes' time. Really looking forward to chatting to him. There's a lot going on that we can talk to him about too, with the 4-year-old series and Ka Ying Rising's return, Voyage Bubble, and of course the hot rudder form he's been on as well. So that's going to be great. But we should also congratulate Lyle Hewitson, who landed his first group winner in Hong Kong during the week. Alex, when Speed Dragon got the job done in the Group 3 January Cup, it was a terrific ride too. It also happened to be trainer Francis Liu's 1,000th winner in Hong Kong. So 2 milestones there in one race. Here's the final stages of that race in case you missed it.
Helene Feeling, Speed Dragons rushing home, 2-1. Here's 1,000 wins in Hong Kong for Francis Liu and the Group 3 January Cup.
So Francis becoming just the 6th trainer in Hong Kong to reach 1,000 winners. There was a nice presentation for him after the race. Some more silverware for the trophy cabinet and some bubbles. Alex, of those 1,000 wins, no doubt you have a few favourites.
Yeah, you can only imagine one of them. No, but it's incredible to see, and he's such a lovely, kind individual. You couldn't be happier for Francis. And from what I've been told by guys that ride for him, he's one of the easiest, best guys to ride for, in that you can go, look, I made a mistake out there, and this is what happened. I love the horse. I think he's this level of talent, and he won't just take you off a horse. Like, he's really a jockey's trainer, if you will, where he really supports the guys that ride his horses. And so from that perspective, you love to see it. His son's lovely. All his barn staff's lovely. So I'm super happy for Francis.
Of course, the trainer of one of the all-time Hong Kong greats and Golden 60 as well. We mentioned that being Lyle Hewitson's first group winner. And here's what he had to say after the race.
Yeah, waited long enough. So, just really happy I could get it done. Been touched off a few times in the group races. And most of them were for Francis too. So to get the nose in front and in such good fashion tonight as well was... I would like to say well deserved, but I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
So congratulations again then to Lyle. Alex, I think it's time to get to Zac. What do you reckon?
I think so. Let's get to the, how many time champion is he?
We all know he's an 8-time Hong Kong jockey.
8-time? Fuck,
yeah.
That's ridiculous. 8 times, like Tom Brady, 8 rings, 8 championships over there.
Well, he's already got a 30 or 40 win lead this year too.
Yeah,
he'll be 9 soon.
He's riding so well. Like, every horse he's on is just put in like the most perfect spot. Like, avoids trouble, gets him, like, just presents him so well. It's wild to see. It's like a guy playing a video game on easy mode. He's just got it dialed in right now. It's incredible to watch. It's something rare in sport to see somebody that talented, that consistently awesome on everything that he touches. It's wonderful to see.
Well, 100%. He's in the green room. He's ready to go. Let's get over to Zac. Always great to be joined by Zac Purton. Zac, before we talk racing, did you get a chance to watch any of the NFL wildcard games last weekend?
I did, yeah. Most of them were good games. There's a blowout there at the end, but they were all very tight, which was, it's great to watch. I enjoy that.
Yeah, and it's lucky for you too, because on with the time difference, it's a Monday, isn't it? You've done your racing at Sha Tin on a Sunday. Last time we asked you who you were keen on, it was the Bills and the Rams. Now the Bills have got to go to Denver. The Rams are heading to a very chilly Chicago. Are you still keen on those two teams?
I am. Yeah, I'm. I think it's a tough game for the Bills this week against the Broncos. Like, that's a really tough game. They're all tough games now, actually, but I think that's a really tough game. And then on the other side, the Seahawks are playing San Fran as well, so that's another good game. So yeah, it's real nail-biting stuff now. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it should be great stuff. I think the weather Celsius-wise is going to be about minus 15 degrees Celsius in Chicago on Sunday night. Isn't it? Cold. I was there for
It's
a
not
while.
my weather.
Oh yeah, I was there for a wild card game a few years ago. I don't know if you remember the double doink game where the game ended with the ball hitting the post
Yep.
twice, and that kicked Chicago out. I think the Philadelphia Eagles beat them. That was I think -1 or 2 degrees, and I was frozen solid. So I don't know what that's going to be like -15.
Do you get any body warmth in the stadium amongst everyone else, or is it still just really cold?
You know, if it's a day game and you're lucky enough to be in the sun, even if it's minus temperature, the sun warms you a little bit. And you're right, there's a bit of warmth from, 50,000 people or however many there is sitting there. But realistically, you've got to wear warmers in your boots and about 17 layers and all that kind of stuff. Well, when you're as weak as me, as someone that grew up in Australia anyway, I think some of those mad Chicago fans and Bills fans, it's in their blood. They take their shirts off, right?
Oh man, I get cold just looking at them. They're either fully tanked, they've been tailgating most of the day before they get there, or they're just, I don't know how they put up with that.
We call it the liquor blanket. The more you
yeah,
drink,
yeah.
the warmer you get.
Yeah, it makes
Some of them,
sense.
some of them start tailgating. I did go to a Bills tailgate on a Monday. The Monday night game, they were playing the Pats, and another really cold game in between Christmas and New Year in December. And some of them started tailgating around lunchtime or even like late morning. It's just mental.
That's a solid day. Yeah.
All right. Well, some exciting games this weekend. And of course, speaking of exciting, we're just over a week now from the return of the world's top-rated sprinter, Ka Ying Rising, and his assignment to equal Silent Witness's record of 17 straight wins in the Centenary Sprint Cup next weekend. Zac, you trialled him Thursday. How pleased were you?
Yeah, very pleased. He's a horse that just never disappoints. He's come back down from Chongfa with so much enthusiasm. Just watching him in the trot ring, he just gets around like he just can't wait to get out there. And then he goes out there and he just does his thing. He's getting better and better all the time. He's standing in the gates so well. It's probably the best he's ever jumped, especially in a barrier trial there, because sometimes that dirt can be a little bit slippery when they come out. So the horses are a little bit wary sometimes, but geez, he got out fast. Showed plenty of speed, relaxed nicely. Didn't change his leg, which is, frustrating for me because I'd like him to be doing all those little things right. But on race day, he's been changing his leg, and, I just got to hope that when he turns up on race day, he does that again. But he's in really good form, looks good, feels good, ready to go.
That's fantastic. Yeah, he really pinged the lids in that trial. It was quite phenomenal. Do you see it, Alex?
Yeah, I did. It was unbelievable. Every time that horse goes, he just goes so well. It's fun to watch.
Yeah, it really is. Now, Zac, the connections of a horse here called Shisospicy, the Breeders' Cup Turf winner, came out last week saying they would love to see a match race between her, Shisospicy, and Ka Ying Rising. I'm up for it, said one of the connections. What's your reaction?
Well, it's interesting. I wouldn't be against it. Where do they want to hold it? Over what distance? And how much money are we putting up?
That's true.
She obviously won well there in the Breeders' Cup. It was a very, very good performance. Showed good gate speed, rolled along, run good time, won well. So she's in really good form. And it's very hard to match horses up from opposite sides of the world. But, if it can happen, let's make it happen. I'm not saying it is going to happen, but, let's start talking.
In my humble opinion, you could run them anywhere in the world. You could run them on a playground park, and Shisospicy couldn't beat Ka Ying Rising. Wouldn't make a difference.
All right, there we go. We've got our first side bet.
There we go. Yeah, let me book some bets on this.
There might be a chance to semi-match up some form. So Shisospicy is going to kick off her campaign in 2026 in a sprint race on the Saudi Cup undercard on Feb 14. But then she's going to go to the Middle East for the Al Quoz in Dubai. That's the race that California Spangle won a couple of years ago. But I think that Fast Network and Lucky Sweynesse might be in that same race. So I guess the question is, how much would Shisospicy have to beat, say, Fast Network by, Zac, for you to be interested in her talent?
Oh, it's a different race. It's a straight race there in Dubai. So it's very hard to match those horses up against the horses that race around the corner. But you would get some guide on how Fast Network goes. Lucky Sweynesse is an interesting one because he's entered to run the mile. here in a couple of weeks. So
Right.
yeah, he's dodged Ka Ying Rising to go to the mile, and then he's going to go over to Dubai and run up the straight. So it's a different type of prep and come back in distance. But I suppose they're just trying to find an option. They're, as it happens here in Hong Kong, when a horse becomes so dominant, you start to think, where can I go? What can I do? That's a little bit different to give my horse a chance to win. But yeah, it's to a certain degree. You'd be able to line the form up, but I think straight racing is very different to racing around a corner.
Yeah, fair call, fair call. So anyway, with Ka Ying next week, I guess has his preparation, as far as you know, been pretty flawless since the Hong Kong sprint?
It has. David's very happy with him. He went and spent some time up there in Trong Fa, just relaxed, had a nice little breather because obviously he had the trip down to Australia. He'd come back for the international. He's had a bit of a busy time so far this season. So it was nice for him to go up there, just chill, enjoy himself, and he's come back looking really, really good. His coat's great. I don't know what he weighs on the scales. He had a little bit of a blow after the trial, so I feel like he took advantage of the holiday a little bit. So hopefully that's cleaned his wind out now, and he'll be ready to go next week.
Similar to that sort of Royal Randwick trial before the Everest, perhaps, or I mean, a little bit later in his preparation, though, right?
He tried a little bit better yesterday than what he did in that trial at Randwick, I tell you.
Right. I got to ask, like, with this record now for grabs, or equaling with Silent Witness, and then, who knows what's going on beyond there. But this horse is now making international headlines, right? It took the world a little while to catch up. We've been talking about the horse for a very long time. But now that the world is watching and everybody is just so intrigued, and, we're talking about this horse in the same sort of conversation as Black Caviar and Winx and Flightline and all of that sort of stuff. Is there added pressure on you when you're going into these big races now, or does this horse just instill so much confidence in you that you're quite relaxed when you head to the races?
Yeah, it's the latter. He instills so much confidence in me, and I get a really calm feeling when I get on him and I'm going at the gates, and I'm very relaxed. For some reason, he makes me feel very settled because he just does everything right. He puts himself in the right spot. He makes his own luck. He continues to improve all the time. He's becoming more and more dominant as time goes on. And his performances, tell you that as well. So it, of course, the expectation is there. We all want to continue, putting the white picket fence up. We want to continue to try and break records. We want him to set new records. And there's, a lot of attention on him, not just from here in Hong Kong, but around the world. And I know what it's like with these horses because I tune in to watch them myself, from Europe, from America, from Australia, when they're racing, and Japan. So it's great. It's good for world racing, and it's great for Hong Kong. But I don't feel the expectation or the weight of that on my shoulders. I feel quite the opposite.
Is that something that's just come with the amount of maturity that you've gained at this point in your career, where you've ridden so many good horses and so many big races that it's almost like you get to enjoy this moment and this special horse every time you touch him?
I think there's a part of that for sure. And I do tell myself that to try and enjoy it as much as I can because, as you know, nothing lasts forever. And sometimes you can forget to enjoy the moments when they're there. And then when you reflect back on them, you're like, oh, you know what, I should have sort of made more of that. So I am enjoying it. And I think everyone else here is as well, especially Hazy. He's loving it.
Looks like he's enjoying a few nice bottles of red after the victories. Is that right?
Oh, it doesn't matter if it's a victory or not. He's very, very good on the bottle. Yeah, man.
Look, you keep winning. You keep winning races. He's gonna have holes in that safari suit before you know it. That thing's gonna get worn out.
He was worried the other day that the stitching was coming apart on it. He was gonna have to take it to the tailors to get it patched up.
Oh, that's great. All right. Well, another big race next week, of course, is the Stewards Cup, where you partner Voyage Bubble taking on Romantic Warrior in the first leg of the Triple Crown. Zac, take us back a few weeks. You've landed the ride on Voyage Bubble after winning on him in the mile, Hong Kong mile, on International Day. You're looking forward to the Triple Crown, which he won in 2025. And then the news drops that Romantic Warrior is no longer going to the Middle East, but is going to stay at home and also contest the Triple Crown. How did you feel when you heard that news?
I must be honest, I was pretty disappointed. It hurt when I read that, but it's what it's going to do is create, a thrilling series now. There's going to be it's going to be a trilogy. The mile, the 2000, and the 2400. Both great horses, as you say. One won the Triple Crown last season. Romantic Warrior went around the world and did what he did in his trial. Yesterday, or was it Tuesday? Tuesday, it was incredible. Geez,
Really good.
he's just an iron horse. He just continues to turn up and just put up those performances, race day, trial day, doesn't matter where he goes, what surface, what country. He's an incredible horse. So he's going to be very hard to beat. It's going to be a great race. Obviously, My Wish is there as well, who has just seemed like he struggled a little bit at this level so far, but he's a little horse that might just need a little bit of time to furnish properly at this level. And then obviously there are other horses in the race as well, Galaxy Patch and so forth. But the attention's going to be on the big two, and it'll come down to hopefully who draws the right barrier and gets the right run. I don't. Romantic Warrior is clearly the better horse, but we're going to try and find a way to beat him.
Over all the distances, where do you think your best chances are? Is it over the mile and the mile and a half, or do you think you've got a chance over all three distances?
I think I've got a small chance over all three distances. Maybe the mile and a half. That tested Romantic Warrior last time he ran in it, but also in that race, Money Catcher put the acid to him 1,000 metres from home, and took Money Catcher to win 3 years to win another race after that. It absolutely gutted him. So I don't think the pressure's going to be on that far from home again. And Romantic Warrior seems like he's a little bit of a better horse now than what he was back then. But I'll probably, if there's one race where we can really test him, that's probably it.
Yeah. Well, you're going to be there for all the action next weekend too, aren't you, Alex?
Yeah, I fly out Friday night, land Sunday morning, go straight to the track. Hopefully get that upgrade, that lay down bed upgrade. Be real nice to sleep on the way over there, wake up fresh.
You fly it enough, you'd think they'd look after you by now.
Yeah, they take care of me pretty well. I'm not going to complain.
Good.
All right, we're going to talk 4-year-olds as well. Zac, you had an incredible short list of opportunities for the 4-year-old series, featuring the likes of Little Paradise, Beauty Bolt, Top Dragon, Invincible Ibis. You eventually went with Sagacious Life. Why?
Listen, he's not a very big horse. He's sort of about 1,050 pound, and he won a nice Class 2 race over a mile, carrying 135. I thought that was a really good effort, and with the view of going further as well. He's won over 2,400 in Brazil, so he should be a solid chance in all three legs. But I thought he had a good chance to win the mile as well. He races on pace. He just needs to relax a little bit better. He can be a little bit aggressive in his races, so he's still learning. He's only had the 3 starts here, and he's run well at all 3 starts, so he's got a solid base, solid form line there. I am worried about Little Paradise. I think he's probably put the best performance up so far. I just had a little question mark over whether he would run the mile. He might be a little bit too sharp for it, but against his own age, he's going to get every chance to do that. Invincible Ibis, obviously he gets back in the field. He needs a little bit of luck, but you can't knock him. He's been getting better all the time. He's been growing in confidence. Very nice horse on the way up. And obviously there are others there as well with Top Dragon. You could probably remind me of the others, but yeah, I'd 7 there. But it's the amazing thing is, and it's no surprise really, that since I made my decision, even leading up to it, but since I made my decision, it doesn't matter who I talk to, everyone's got a different opinion. Everyone said, I would have gone with this horse, or I would have gone with that horse. So it's not as if everyone's picked the same horse. The opinion is divided, and I think that tells you that we've got a pretty good bunch of horses this year.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this bunch of horses. There's a lot of, they're all kind of even. No one's a real big standout at this point. They all look like they have talent. Like you said, your horse is a pedigree to go the longer and an international grade 1 winner, which is like pretty impressive. He was he ran second in the other 2 legs of their Triple Crown over there, which is top end. So it's going to be exciting to see. How important are barriers in that 1,600 meter first leg of the Classic Mile?
Very important. As you've seen last week when I rode Beauty Bold, I drew 14, and even though I got into a beautiful spot, I was running 6-1 off. I still had to do a little bit of work early to find that position. Whereas if you had to draw one inside like Invincible Ibis did, he was just able to fall into the position that was comfortable for him. So barriers are important. I'd have to see the full field to know how much speed's going to be in the race, how much pressure there's going to be early. And I think after this weekend, we'll probably get a pretty clear indication of what the field's going to look like, because Glittering Legend runs this weekend as well, as do another couple of horses. So they're important. The barriers at the mile start are very important.
I want to ask you about Glittering Legend in a second, Zac, but before we look at Sha Tin this weekend, geez, it was a good day at the office for you last weekend.
Yeah, a little bit overdue. I've been sort of treading water a little bit, to be honest. We had a few very biased tracks where you had to be up on speed and in, and I was riding horses that, you had to sort of give a bit of a chance to. So I was a couple of meetings there in a row where I was banging my head against the wall. I was going out knowing I just had absolutely no chance in the race because of the way the track was riding and the track bias and the speed and how the makeup of the fields were going to be. So I was a bit frustrated, but obviously come out last weekend and had the 5 winners. Could have easily been 7. I got touched off in 2 other races as well. So hopefully the gates have opened again and the water starts to flow, and had another couple of winners on Wednesday night. So 7 winners in the last 2 meetings. It's time to get back in the rhythm, catch a wave.
How soon will you know when you're riding in those races how the track is playing and kind of what that bias will potentially be like? Is it 1 or 2 races and you're like, oh, this is how it's going to play today?
Yeah, generally 1 or 2 races, but sometimes it can be tempo related. You can overplay it because they've walked and sprinted home, and it looks like it's on pace. And sometimes they're just the better horses in the race, so you got to be careful not to overplay it. And one thing they do here in Hong Kong is they roll the track after Happy Valley after race 4 or 5, and Sha Tin after race 5 or 6, and that quite often changes the pattern of the track as well. So sometimes you sort of got to reassess it. You think you've got it, pretty worked out, and then it flips back the other way. So it can be interesting. It's Hong Kong always keeps you on your toes.
This is the information that I need for my photos and where to aim cameras and stuff, because at HKIR, I got screwed with that outside bias. It just makes the pictures look awful, and I had things focused up the fence. After you were at Ka Ying Rising, you're like, oh, track's dead on the inside. I was trying to switch things between races and just get outward, but I try to listen to all the stuff you guys say because it helps me get a little bit of advantage where those pictures are going to be.
Yeah, it's interesting. That's one thing that I hadn't actually thought of. You poor guys out there that have put so much work into setting the camera up on a certain angle, and then all of a sudden you're scurrying back under the fence to realign things.
Oh yeah, like Ka Ying Rising, I was like, oh, I'll be in the front and this, that. And when you drifted off the rail coming off in the straight, I was like, this is going to be bad.
I suppose the only thing you can be thankful for is you're not in the slop there in Kentucky.
That's brutal, but at least it makes the track predictive where they're going to run. They always run on the tire tracks where the tractors overlap and it compacts the ground down. They fight to get to that spot, and when it gets really bad, you see so many winners right on that double tractor spot 2 off the fence. It's like clockwork, so it makes that a little bit easier. But
you'd make a good jockey, hey? Track bias down pat, easy.
That's all I wanted to do, bud, and then I got too big and fat to do it, so I grabbed a camera instead.
All right, Zac, we know you got to get off to a game of golf. You've got the ZP cap on and shirt on too. So
I do. These new ones are coming out. The navy blue, they're perfect for golf, perfect for running, outdoor exercise. What are they called? Dry fit. They're nice with the silicon logo. So they're here. Nicole's just got to put them up on the website. And
there we go. Put her to work.
That's right.
And that website is?
ZacPurton.com. That's right.
There you go.
Very easy.
Can we get a custom one that says "not a sissy" over the back of the snap in the back?
Actually, I've got those hats too. I'll get Nicole to get one for you next week.
We go. Yeah. Oh, please. That would go good back here.
Yeah.
Bring some back to California, Alex. Maybe we could do a giveaway.
Yeah. I see the guys, the TKH team, were at Happy Valley on Wednesday night, and they had a new T-shirt made up as well. I had quite a laugh at that.
Hey, that one was good. That guy's a good dude. The stuff he makes is absolutely incredible. Like all the Labubu stuff and the shirts, he's wonderful.
That's cool.
Yeah, they do a good job.
All right, before you run off, Glittering Legend, race 9 at Sha Tin, Saturday night, North American time, Sunday for you guys, making his debut for David Eustace, listed winner in the UK. What have you seen in him since he's arrived in Hong Kong that perhaps gets you excited for this weekend and beyond?
Well, he comes here with pretty good form. So, you've got to sit up and take notice of that. He looks as if he's acclimatised pretty quickly. David's very happy with him. His trials have been nice. He gives me a good feel. I think he's a quality horse. Whether he's going to be fit enough and forward enough to win first time out, David Eustace's horses generally take a couple of runs till they start to hit their straps, and he's obviously got the Derby in mind with his horse, so he's got to have him pretty forward, otherwise he's going to start to run out of time, and I think he's in pretty good shape, and he'll look some chance there at some stage, and hopefully he can get the job done, but as long as he's quite close and we're on the right track, I think we'll all be happy with that.
Great. Any other rides on Sunday that we should be looking out for off the top of your head? I think I had a quick look through before we started chatting. Tin Fook in race 10, Patcha Cosmo, been a long time between runs. Also interested in your City Gold Banner, the Australian horse making his debut.
City Gold Banner's a nice horse. He's got good speed. He trialled well at Happy Valley the other day. I was happy with him. So it'll be interesting at up the straight. I'm not sure how he's going to go because I trialled him around the corner. But he's got something there. He's a nice little horse. Tin Fook had no luck last week, just didn't get out. No weight on his back. If he can get the right run and get some room, he'll be a chance. And Patrick Cosmo's an interesting one. As you say, he hasn't raced for a long time. He's a big horse and they're running him first up over a mile, so not an easy task. But they're obviously trying to get him into the 4-year-old series as well. So they're pushing the envelope a little bit there, but hopefully it works.
No, it's great. Alex, anything else for the great man?
No, man. Have a good round of golf today, brother.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Zach. We'll see you soon. Time to look at the feature race on the card at Sha Tin on Saturday night, early hours, Sunday morning, North American time. Try find you a winner. It's race 11 of 11, and it's the tennis 1600 metre handicap. That's about 8 furlongs. Number 1, Patch of Cosmo, as we just mentioned with Zach, returning from a year off. Number 2, Pop Cody, been racing pretty well of late. 3, Ka Ying Attack, draws well in 1. Number 5, Aerodynamics, going to be better for his first Hong Kong run. Towards the bottom, number 11 in Jude steps back into Class 3 company after a nice win in Class 4 company last time out. Speed Map has Ka Ying Attack taking up the running. Alex, who do you like here?
I like Patrick Cosmos with Purton aboard, even though coming off the long layoff. Decent barrier in 9. I like him with Stormy Groove and with Aerodynamics with Noonan's other horse that drew well with Ed Zini on the inside. But I'd probably keep an eye out on Supreme Mastermind too at a lightweight, sneaking in there with Keith Young.
Yeah, nice. I like Aerodynamics on top here. He was a long way back in his Hong Kong debut, last out over the 6 furlongs on New Year's Day. Found the wire nicely under Luke Ferraris. Made up plenty of ground for 5th. Looked to have plenty in hand too. So I think the step up to the mile should suit here. Pop Cody being consistent of late, drawn a little wide again, but will be coming home. And Ka Ying Attack, the likely leader, is probably going to be in front, for a long time down the stretch. It's just going to be a matter of whether he can hold on or not. I think he can probably hold on for 3rd. My best bet, I'm actually going to go with Purton, race 9, number 2, Glittering Legend. He gave it a little bit of a, basically heads up there for us, didn't he? Like
a little bit.
Yeah. So that's me. Race 9, number 2, Glittering Legend. Have you got anyone else that you like on the card?
Yeah, I like race 7, number 8, a Smart Fat Cat with for Cody Moe. Draws barrier 3. He's been running well, decent form, 3rd and a 2nd, recent out. So he's the one that I'm going to be looking at.
Nice. So 11 races from Sha Tin on Saturday night to look forward to. Don't forget to check out the Hong Kong Jockey Club website for all your free PPs, replays, trials. You can go and watch the Romantic Warrior trial, the Ka Ying Rising trial from during the week. It's pretty much everything. Fantastic resource. It's hkjc.com. You get all your free PPs for Sha Tin on Saturday night. Alex, another great show. Always great to have Zach on. He's a legend, isn't he?
Always great. Purton's the best, and it's been really fun to check up with him kind of bi-weekly, it seems, at this point. We've had him on a lot. He's going to take over my job as co-host when he retires. He's got a lovely seat right here next to Andrew Brown at the Hong Kong Racing Show.
I don't know. I think you and him might be the favorite combo. I'll just fill in from time to time.
No, you sound smarter. You got that great accent. I just sound like a dumb American over here.
All right. Well, we look forward to seeing you next week. Will you be recording the show in California or in Hong Kong?
In California, I leave Friday night, land Sunday morning. So
Okay.
It will be one more from here, and then the next one will be somewhere in Hong Kong.
Great. Well, yeah, we're really looking forward to next week. As discussed, of course, we've got Ka Ying Rising looking for 17 wins straight to draw level with Silent Witness, the Hong Kong record, and of course, Romantic Warrior v Voyage Bubble. It's going to be a fantastic week. But firstly, we've got Sha Tin and Happy Valley to look forward to next week as well. Thanks for watching the Hong Kong Racing Show, and we'll see you next time.